You're going to start with 4 beads. I've taught us this method. This is the first video that I sent. Make sure that your lines are equal. Then you pull it down. So this is 4. Then you add 1 here and 1 on this side, on the other side, and cross with the third. My fishing line is very long because I don't want to be passing and passing, joining and joining. Just can you see? So you add 1 bead to the left, another bead to the right, and then you cross with the third bead. This is the first method I thought was rings of 4. I'll pull her once later. Just add 1 to the left, 1 bead to the right, and then you cross with the third. 1 bead to the left, 1 bead to the right, and you cross with the third. So we're going to go on like that. I'm going to be doing the ring. So can you see? You continue adding a bead to the right, a bead to the left, and then you cross with the third. So it will be giving you this. So let's do that. So it's 29th ring. So to turn now, let's say you want to turn to the right side, you add 2 on the left. If you want to turn to the left side, you add 2 on the right. So I want to turn to the right side, so add 2 on my left side. So 1, 2, and then I will now take the last one and cross into that. I'll cross into the third one. So we have the fishing line in the third one on the right side. Can you see where the fishing line is? So let's count. I should have 30 rings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. So that's 30 rings. So continue after turning. This one here, this line at the top, you're going to add 3 beads inside. 1, 2. You know we are making a new this thing. 1, 2, 3 beads. You cross with the third. You cross with the third. To continue this fishing line on this side, you know we're going to be adding more rings to this side. Sure you understand? So it's the fishing line on this side. On my left, you insert the fishing line on your left into the next bead, into the next bead, like this, into the next bead. Then on your right, I'm sorry my line is long because I don't want to be joining and joining. Then on your right, you're going to add 2 beads and you cross with the second. So we're going to continue like that all through. When we get here, we'll turn again. So it's just rinse, repeat, the same process. You insert your fishing line, the one on the left, into the next bead, like this. You insert it into the next bead, like this. Then you add 2 beads to your right. Then you will add 2 beads to your right. And you will cross with the second bead. 2 beads to your right. Well, let's say add 1 and cross with the second. Fish line into the next bead. You will add 2 beads. 1, 2 beads, and you will cross. 1, two beads, you let this one go and you will cross with the second. So it's easy like that. So the same process, please pull your work tight so it's not going to be, you won't have too many loose rings. Do you understand? So your fishing line into the next bead like this. You add 2 beads to the right bead, 2 beads, then you cross into the second bead. Your fishing line into the next bead, the one on the left, into the next bead. You add 2 beads to your right and you cross with the second. Please, if you want to understand very well, like if you're still not getting it, you can play on lower speed in case I'm too fast for you. Please push your line into the next bead, then 2 beads to the right and you cross with the second, and you cross with the second. All we're going to do now is we're going to continue that process. You add the fishing line here, you put the fishing line into this one, add 2 beads on the right, cross with the second. You continue like that until when you get here. I'm going to insert the line here. So instead of adding 2 beads on the right, add 2 beads on the left. You know we are turning to this place, sure you understand, like I said earlier. So you add 2 beads on the left, and you cross into the second. It's just 2 beads. Earlier we used 3 beads, but now you'll be turning with 2 beads until you are done with this bag. You'll be turning with just 2 beads each until you are done. It's only the first line, when you are doing the first line, that you will turn with 3 beads, because you need, see, let's assume this one is not there, you need 3 beads, 1 2 3. You know, this is your, let's say you're ending here, you want to turn, you need 3 beads, 1 2 3. But for this place, you already have 2 beads you already have your line in 2 beads, so you have to turn with 2 beads because it's rings of 4 all through. So 2 beads. See, we have turned. Can you see? I've turned here. So I think to make it easier for you, let me see, this is how it is, but to make it easier for you, let me flip to the other side. So we'll be adding only to the side, to the right hand side. We'll be adding only to the right hand side. When we get up, we'll turn the bag and we're adding only to the right hand side. So you understand what I'm saying? So to continue, now that you have turned, after turning it to the right hand side, you add 3 beads on the right. Shall you see? When you are starting another line, you know, here we have the line in just 1 bead. Shall you understand? And it's rings of 4 all through. See, when you find yourself making rings of 5 or 3, you know you are making a mistake. It's rings of 4 all through. Do you understand? So now we have the line in 1 bead. You add 3 beads to the right, 3 beads to the right, and you will cross with this third one. You will cross with this third. Can you see? Into the next one. To the next one. You add 2 beads on your right, and you cross into the second. So we are going to, I'll be walking off camera now, guys. We are going to continue like that until I am done with the body of the bag. We are making a 2-sided bag. So this is the end, so we are not turning. I'll just pass back. So pass back. One more time. This is how wide I want my bag to be. So when you get here, you know we have rings of 30. We have 12 rings wide. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. If you want your bag to be wider, see now this one now, this is my phone. It's not going to like contain this phone, but then this is the size I want. Do you understand? You know it's 30, so we divide into 2. You count 15. 1 2, because it's going to be 10 rings tall, and the side will be 5 rings, so you count 15 here, 15 here. Please make your calculations very well before you make the bag. Like, you're going to consider the height of the bag. Let's say this is the height of the bag, this is one side, and this is the other side. You know it's two-sided bag. Do you understand? One side is 5, the other is 5, then we have 10 again. Do you understand? So 10 rings long. This is how it's going to sit. So divide into 2, and then we are going to make the middle now. So you are going to count 15. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 15. So on the 15th ring, this is 15. This one too is going to be 15. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15. So the middle, like this middle, is where you're going to put your fish line. On the first, you put your fish line on the first bead in the middle, and then you're going to make the demarcation. you're going to make the demarcation, the middle. Do you understand? So let's make the demarcation now. After inserting into this bead right in the middle, the first bead, you're going to add 2 beads on your left. 1 2, and then you cross with the third. 3. Please, you have to be very patient while making this one, because it's quite tricky. Please, because we're beginners, so this is like jumping, but then we can do it if we're patient. Into the next bead, this is the first one, see, into the next bead, you're going to put your fish line into the next bead, then you pull it out, and then you're going to add 2 beads on the left. 1, and then you cross into the second bead. Do you understand? Can you see? So into the third, this is the first, second, the third bead, you're going to put your fish line, pull it out, then you're going to add 2 beads to your left. 1 2. Please, I'm trying to break it down as simple as I can, like the simplest form. Please, you guys should be very patient, please. This is it. Or let's make it easy, you can just bend your work like this. So like this, and let's continue. We'll continue going forward like that into the next bead, then on your left hand you add 2 beads, and then you cross with the second. So you're going to continue like that all the way till the end, then you turn. So let's do that. Let's do that together. The way to the end. You know that I said that the height of the bag, like it is 10 rings tall. So we're going to make this into 10. Like this is 1, 2, 3 until 10. Do you understand? So we're making the first one right now. I still learn myself, so please don't feel embarrassed. Be very, very free to ask questions. Don't worry. Even if I'm busy, I'll make time for you. So on the last bead here, you're going to turn. So instead of adding 2 beads to the left, you add 2 beads to your right, and you cross with the second bead. You cross into the second bead. Can you see? Can you see? So now we have turned. So this middle we are making, we're raising it up. It's going to be 10 rings long. Can you see? This is the middle of the bag. We're still going to we're trying to demarcate the bag. This is the demarcation. This is the side of one side of the bag and the other side of the bag. Don't worry, it's a gradual process. You're going to understand what we are trying to make. It's going to be confusing, right? So now that we have made the first line and we have turned to the side, on the left, your right hand, you are going to add 3 beads. 1, 2, and then you cross into the third. Until, you see, we'll cross into the third. Like this. So we continue to make it like that. See, I've turned it. Your work should look like this. 1 will be here, these 2 will be here. So add 2 beads to your right now and cross with the second. So we're going to continue like that until we get to the top, and then we are going to come to the other side again. So this first line, second line, we're going to make 10 lines. Okay, you will keep turning. Can you see? This is the middle of the bag. This is the demarcation. This is what it looks like. This is what your work should look like now. We're going to make, see, we're going to make 10 lines like this one. 10 lines, guys. 10 lines. 10 like this one. Look at it. This middle, this demarcation, we're going to make 10. This is line 1, line 2, so 10 lines. We are going to build the side of the bag now. So we're going to be building 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. So I'll teach you how. Let me do it like this. I'll teach you how to build. This is 10. Well, we're going to count 10 here because I said 10 lines total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is the 10th one. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The side is 5. So you are going to insert the fishing line into the 10th bead, and then the first bead from the 5. Can you see? We have 2 now. Can you see? And then we're going to, please, you have to be very careful here. This particular bead is very light. It's very light, so it's not standing. So if your work is like this, I would have made it sit down. Do you understand? But you're not going to see me better. So if your work is like this, you're going to add 1 bead to your left, and then you cross with the second bead, and then you pull. You pull. You pull like this, huh? So we're about to make the first line. Do you understand? So you pull your fish line into the next bead. Put your fishing line into the next bead. Add 1 bead on your left, and you cross with the second. You put the fishing line into the next bead again. You put 1 bead on the left, and you cross with the second. You cross with the second bead. So you're going to repeat the process. You put the fishing line in the next bead. You add 1 bead to your left, and then you cross with the second bead. So when you get to the 5th bead, the 5th one, you know we have 5. The 5th one, you know I told you the side is going to be 5. It's going to be 5 rings wide. I told you 5 rings or 5 lines wide and 10 lines tall. So when you get to the last one here, you know this is the 5th one. You put your fishing line into this, and then into this bead, the first bead, like the first line of the demarcation. The first line of the demarcation. Can you see? And then you look at it into this and this. Can you see? And then you cross with just 1 bead. Just one bead, and then you pull. Please pull your work tight. When you get to the extreme end here, I have crossed with 1. You continue by going into the next bead. This is the demarcation one. You continue by going into the next bead. Then you put 1 bead then you put 1 bead. You put 1 bead on your left, because we are bringing it back here. We are building the side now. This is the side of the bag. That's what we are building. So you put 1 bead on your left, and you cross with the second bead. Then then you go into the second bead. You put one bead on the left, and then you cross with the second bead. So you're going to continue that process. Okay, I'm going to make one more line. I'm going to get to the edge and make one more line, so we're not going to be confused. So the next bead, you cross with the second. The next bead, one bead on your left, and you cross with the second. So once again, I'm going to teach you how to turn up to the next line. You put your bead, this is the last bead on the line here. To close it up, you put your bead into the next bead, and then into this one here at the edge. Then you cross, close it up with just one bead. Like this. So I'm going to finish up building this side off camera. Okay, last one here. I want to show you how to close it up. So you put it in this 1, 2, like in this 2 beads there, 1, 2. So and then you close with 1 bead. I want to show you how you're going to close the bag, like the side, how you're going to end it at the side. It's simple, it's just for you. It's this same thing you're going to do. Once you close here, you just pass your line back. Well, let's do this last line together. Into the bead here, 1 bead to your left, and you cross with another bead, cross into another bead. You're going to be adding 2 beads now. So you add 1 bead and cross with the second bead, 1 bead on your left, 1 bead on your left, then you cross into the second bead. Bead on your left, you put the fishing line into the next bead on your right, one bead on your left. This is the left fish line. You add 1 bead, then you add the second bead and cross into the second bead. The next, you put the fishing line into the next bead. You add 2 beads on your left, 1, 2 beads on your left, and you cross into the second bead. So this is where we close it all up. Add your fishing line, put your fishing line into the next bead and into the last bead here, the bead up here. Then you pick 1 bead and cross into that 1 bead. So this is the first side of the bag. You know we are making a double-sided bag. This is the first side of the bag. So you know we're not tying our fishing line. So you pass your fishing line all the way through. This is the first side of the bag. So we're going to do the same thing we did here. We're going to do it here, and we're going to do it here, and then here. So when I am done, you're going to see. I'm going to make the rest off camera. I told you I'm making a double-sided bag. The bag is going to look somewhat like this, like something like this. But when I'm done, you'll see. So I'm done with the body of the bag. I have done 1, 2, 3, 4, the 4 sides, and this is the demarcation. So now I want to join the sides together. Look at it very well. This place is where you need to pay enough attention. See, this is what it looks like. So you are going to put your fishing line into this bead here, into that bead. You add 1 bead to your fishing line, then you put it into the bead on the other side. See, you know, we folded to the middle. You put into this bead. Did you get what we did now? You put your fishing line into this one. You add 1 fishing line, 1 bead to the middle. Then you put into this bead, and then you cross with another bead. Please pay attention here. This is where we're going to be making the so can you see? You will do it like this, then you continue like that all the way down. Or you don't need to get to the bottom. You will do it. You could make it. So you continue like that. Into the next bead, and then you cross with another bead. Can you see? We're making the side. We're closing up the side. You put your fishing line into the bead on the right. Into the bead on the right. The left fishing line into the bead on the left. Then you take 1 bead and cross into it. Like that. So we're going to repeat again. So this is the side of the bag. So we're going to repeat. So when you get here, you could make it up to this place, but I just like it here. Oh, let's do one more. Let's do one more ring. Put your fishing line on the right into the next bead on the right. The one on the left into the next bead on the left. And then you are going to cross into 1 bead. You take 1 bead and you cross into it. See? So for your work to be tight, you're going to pass the fishing line into the bead. You could pass up, you could pass to this side or this side. Just pass it, don't tight. I'm going to pass back up. We're going to do the same thing here. The same process that we did here. You will do it here, you do it here, and you will do it here. So I'm going to do the rest off camera. Can you see? It's a double-sided bag we're making. This is the demarcation. I am done with the body of the bag now. Look at it. So what we're going to do now is, I will first make the handles. I'm going to make 1 handle like this and the other like this. Then we're going to make the cover for both sides. This bead here, you're going to put your fishing line. Then you add 3 beads to this line on your right. You can do it to the right or to the left, anyone you want. But I'm doing it to my right. You add 3 beads to the right, like this, and this is the 3rd bead. But you cross into the 3rd bead. You cross into the 3rd bead. Guys, we're making the handle now. I'll make one handle for you guys to see, then I'll make the second one off camera. We're going to insert into this bead. You know, we have put it, we just put it inside here. So now we're going to insert into this bead, the next bead where your line is facing. See, my line is facing this side, so I'm going to insert into the next bead. Oh, sorry. Into the next bead. Then you add one bead to your left and you cross with the second. Then you put your fishing line into the next bead. You put one bead on the right and then you cross into the second. Please, this is the part where you should pay attention. I beg you, please pay attention here now. Sorry, my hand is hitting the lights. So can you see? So now we are here. Now that we are here on the fourth bead, that is the last bead, you're going to put your fishing line into the fourth bead, like the last bead, and then you put it into that first ring that we made, the first bead on the first ring that we made, like this. And then you will close up with one bead. So like this, see, like this. Let me make it like this for you to see very well. You add 3 beads into your left, the fishing line on your left hand, and you cross into the third. And then you add 2 beads into the line on your right, and you cross into the third, like this. You go into the next bead. You add 2 beads and you cross into your second. You will go into the next bead, like this, into the next bead. You add 2 beads and cross into your second. Then lastly here, you go into the next bead, and then you come back up here and go into this bead here, and then you are going to close up. I really hope you guys are going to get it though, but don't worry, we'll be making this bag again like this. So that is how we're going to build the hand until we get our desired length, and then I'll show you how we're going to close here. So let me build the hand off camera. So close up the hand. So this is the length I want. This is my desired length. Can you see? This is my desired length. So to close it up, our fishing line is coming out here. So you put it here. Look at it. Where is the? Sure, you see where your work ends. You go into. You put one bead. You put one bead into your fishing line. Then you just join it like this and put it into the next bead that the handle is facing. You put it into the next bead. See, like this. I don't know, can you see? You put it into the next bead. Can you see? Then you close with another bead. Can you see? You close with another bead. So you put your fishing line into the next bead, like this. The first fishing line into the next bead. You put the second one too into the next bead. Then you close. You cross into one bead, like this. Can you see? Can you see what I am doing? So again, you're going to repeat. You put your fishing line into the next bead. Your fishing line into the next bead. And then you close it into, you cross into another bead. And so when you get to the end, like to the last one, you realize that we have 1, 2, 3, 4 already. There's a ring already, so you just pass your fishing line through it like this. Pass your fishing line through the 4 beads, remaining 4 beads like this. And you see, our handle is done. So you just pass your fishing line up, or just pass back because we are not tying, and then the handle is done. The same way I did the handle here, like the same process, you're going to do the second handle. So when we are done with the second handle, I'll teach us how to make the covers. One cover here and one cover here. We're using this same demarcation for both covers. So let's do the second handle off camera. So now we are done with the body of the bag. Please, when you make the first hand, please count to be sure you are making the same number of rings on the second hand. Look at this. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. If you count the second one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So now let's make the first cover. So you're going to skip the first 2 beads so that it can pass in between the cover. So when it comes out, we are going to add the 2 first beads we skipped back. The 2 lines back, we're going to add it back. So you skip the first 2 beads, and then into the third one, you are going to pass your fishing line into the third one. Then you're going to add 3 beads and cross into the third bead. 1, 2, 3, and cross into the third. So it's the same matching method. So now, please, you have to be very patient to watch what I'm doing. So into the next bead, you're going to add, I hope you can see it very well. You're going to put your fishing line into the next bead, and then you would add 2 beads to your left, and then you cross into the third one. I mean, you cross into the second one. You cross into the second. So you're going to follow the same process until you get to the last but 2 beads. The next bead, put your fish line into the next bead. You add 2 beads, and you cross into the second. Your fishing line into the next bead. You have to be very patient though. Fishing line into the next bead. Okay, you add 2 beads, and you cross into the second. Your fishing line into the next bead. You will add 2 beads, and then you cross into the second bead. Don't you go and sit down. Your fishing line into the next bead. Please be very careful, though, please. You add 2 beads, and then you cross with the second. your fishing line into the next bead. So you know we are stopping on the last but 2 beads because we are skipping the first 2 here and the first 2 here, so that the cover can pass in between the bag. Do you understand? So this is the last one we are putting the bead inside. So you are going to turn your fishing line into the your bead into the fishing line on the right, and then you cross into the second. So it's facing up like that. So now that we have turned, you will make another line. 3 beads into the fishing line on your left, and you cross with the third. Fishing line into the next bead. You add 2 beads to the bead, fishing line on your left, and you cross with the second. So you are going to go all the way to the end now. So you turn up again. You turn up, and then you make the last one. You know we've turned up. Look at this. Can you see? Can you see? So now it's in between. Can you see? So we are going to make 2 lines. 1, line 2. We skip this 2 beads here. This is what your work looks like. Let me show you here. This is what your work looks like. This is what it looks like. This is what your work looks like. You skip this first 2 beads and you make your extension. You extend with 2 lines, two lines, extension of 2 lines. So when you get to the second line now, so you can expand. To expand, you are going to add 4 beads. 1, 2, for your expansion, 3 and 4. 4 beads. When you add 4 beads, 4 beads, you are going to put it back. You are going to put your fishing line into the first bead. Back into the first bead. Can you see? This is your first, your extension. This is your extension. Can you see? 4 beads. Then you put your fishing line back into the first bead. So you are going to take the fishing line here on the left. You are going to add 2 beads. 1, 2, and then you cross into the second. Like this. So like that. So like that, we're going to make our extension. We're going to continue. We're going to continue. 2 beads to your right. Go and sit down. 2 beads to your left. Sorry. 2 beads to your left. You bring it. You cross into the second. Bring it. You go into the next bead. You add 2 beads to your left and you cross with the second. You go into the next bead. Don't forget, we're going to make another extension at the end here. So 2 beads to your left and you cross with the second. Like this. 2 beads to your left and you cross into the second. Two beads to your left and you cross into the second. Two beads to your left and you cross into the second. I want to make the extension, then we'll continue. I'll continue off camera till I'm done with the cover. It's the normal matting process, the normal beading process. So 2 beads to your left and you cross into the second. So this is the end. Can you see? So we have to make another extension. You know, we made an extension here. This is how the cover is going to be. Can you see? Can you see? Can you see? So we'll make another extension here. So instead of stopping on the same place, you're going to add you're going to continue, like make an extension. Just you add 3 beads. 1, 2, 3. 3 beads on this fishing line, this one, 3 beads, and then you're going to cross into the third, so it faces up like this. So can you see? So you're going to extend the cover of the bag, so you can extend to this place or this place as you please. Let me make another line, but I'll finish it off camera. So let me make another line now. 3 beads here. So we're going to, so can you see? So you're just going to continue all the way down, then you make your cover however long you want your cover to be. Now I'm done with the bag. I've done both sides of camera, so I'm going to attach this, the magnetic snap. I'm going to attach them. I'll attach one here and then the other one here. So you cut your fishing line. I want it to be here. I want it to be here. So I'll put my rope here and then I'll put it inside this bead and then I'll put it here. It's going to come out on the other side. So I'll put it here and then I'll put this one here. And I'll pass into the bead here. So now that you have done it like this, can you see? Very neat. Your fishing line is not doubling up on top of the snap. So you are going to just pass the fishing line through the beads on any side. You just pass it through the beads. second line on, see the second line here and the second line here. So second line here, second line here. That means we are attaching this one to this place like this. Then you put here, like this, and then you put the one on this side inside the next bead, and the one on the other side too inside the next bead. So you bring it out here, you put it here, you put it inside this one, put it here, and then you put inside this place too, and then you cross both lines into this bead here. I hope you guys are patient too. You cross into this bead here. Like this. We are going to pass up because we are not tying. We're going to pass our line through because we are not tying. I am not cutting the line because I'm not done passing. So that brings us to the end of this tutorial.